Hi. Hi, Dawn. Okay, I found myself here in the group. How you doing, Dawn? Did you get your bacon done? I'm just going to give it a couple minutes. I think I went on a little bit early. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with the screen. That's not a setting. I don't know what that is. I was hitting all kinds of buttons today and have no idea why it's doing that. I hope you're going to be able to see it okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what it is. I don't think it's a setting because it's just all of a sudden started doing that the last couple times I was practicing too. And I'm like, what the heck is that? I know. It is weird. Because when I did the mystery stamping and stuff, they were fine. Supposed to be. I know I got on a couple minutes early, so I'm just going to wait another minute or so and then we'll get started. So I was checking my settings when I was checking out like why it did what it did Tuesday, and it looks like something may have changed in Facebook. Maybe they had an update or something, because I have to do an extra step now to get it to go the way I want it to go, is what I figured out. So hopefully it works tonight. Hi, Tracy. How you doing, Tracy? Okay, I am going to get started, so I'm going to turn you down, and hopefully this goes okay. I'm doing very well, thank you. How is that? Can you see that okay? I don't know why it's scratchy. I have no idea. But we're going to get started. Okay, so this is the first card I did, and this is called Over the Moon. And this is a stamp set that I used a lot when it came out, and it's only been out a little, I think a year, and I was really disappointed to see that it is going to be retiring. So if you like this stamp set, it is still available. It's not on the sold out list yet. And there's some really cute stamps on here and some cute sayings. So I thought I'd change it up from the pig to the... It's like watching an old movie. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I don't know what it is. When I did mystery stamping, it worked fine. I have no idea why it's doing that. But hopefully you can see enough to see the card. So, the card base is Smoky Slate, and that is 4 1/4 by 11. I'm going to score it at 5 1/2. Go. And other pieces we have Whisper White 3-inch scallop square from the Layering Squares. It's 3-inch squared. We have another Whisper White 2 5/8. That's what we're going to do the stamping with. And Petal Pink 2 7/8 square. And Petal Pink 4 by 5 1/4. And I did emboss this with the hammered metal embossing folder, and I looked, and this is actually carrying over, so I'm happy about that. And you can use either side on this one. I think I might use the back. I think I'm going to use the opposite side than I did on my original card. So on this one, I used it this way. So I think I might use the other one. So first thing I'm going to do is adhere my layer down, and I'm going to use liquid glue because it is embossed. And then I'm going to take the 2 5/8 squared Whisper White, and that's what we're going to stamp with. I'm going to use the Memento Black ink. Make sure I have a good impression. And I did him kitty corner because of his size. That's how I did that. And then I used my blends. And I used the light Petal Pink. And we will take that first and color in the top of his ears, his nose, and then I'm going to take the light smoky slate and then go up and do the top of his head. And then I'm going to do his spots also. And I'm doing his hoofs. And the end of his tail. Yeah. And then I took the light Flirty Flamingo and I did the flower. And I also did his boots to match. And you use the Memento Black when you're using the blends. And I used the light Daffodil Delight to do the inside of the flower. Can you see that okay? Okay. And then you adhere that down to your Petal Pink layer. And again, when I did the pig, I did him facing the square facing straight up. But on this one, we're going to go point to point. So you glue that down. Hi, Jody. And then what I did was I put that up on dimensionals. And then I just placed it with the pointer, kind of centering it. And then the ribbon I used is our Whisper White tulle ribbon. But you can use any ribbon that you have. And I just tied a bow. And I centered that. I really like this ribbon because it's very flexible and it's really easy to make bows. And I just trim that down a little bit. And then, if you know what you want to do for a sentiment, I am going to do You're Utterly Fantastic, and that is on this stamp set, so part of this stamp set. There's some really cute sayings: party till the cows come home, how's it going, dream big, and over the moon for you. It's really a cute set. And again, I'm going to bring in the Memento. Yeah, don't like that one. I'm going to flip it over. There we go. And then I just flagged it. And then I would use mini dimensionals on that. And then there you go. Simple, but cute. I hope you like it. Hi, Cynthia. I love these cows. As much as I like the pigs as well, but I wanted to change it up a little bit. Isn't she cute? Oh, thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the hearts. I hope you like it. Are there any questions on this card? Okay. Are you ready to do another one? Oh, you know what I forgot to do on this one? I forgot to do with the leaves. I'm like, wait a minute, I have the green right here. Let me get the leaves done. Thank you, Jody. And I'm going to keep the green out for the next one. So, there. And I like the colors as well. Okay, let's go to card number 2. Now you'll remember when I first made this card, my first one was done in Blackberry Bliss. And this is called a double Z-fold card. So this was the first one I made, and you can see it is folded like a Z. And you can actually put a saying over to the right of what, you know, depending on who you're going to give it to. So there's a place for that. And then I made it again. Yeah, this is a double Z-fold card. I love it too. So this one is in Rich Razzleberry. Again, it goes great with the Poppies paper and the paper set, because we're using the Poppies set on this one. And then tonight, we're going to do it in the Poppy Parade. So I've changed up the colors. If you don't have this Poppy Parade paper, you're really missing out. It is gorgeous. And I love Poppy, the color Poppy Parade anyways. So I thought maybe in the paper matches so beautifully with this. So I'm going to show you how to make this double Z-fold card. It's easier than it looks. So you're going to need your paper trimmer. Is anyone making this card with me? All right, Kim. Okay. Dawn, you gonna make it? Okay, so the base is Poppy Parade, and I want to make sure you can see my trimmer, okay? You see it? So we're going to score, this is 5.5 by 8.5, Poppy Parade. And we're going to score it at 2 1/8. So score it at 2 1/8. And then 4 1/4. 2 1/8 and 4 1/4. Okay, and you should have your 2 score lines. And then we're going to take the Whisper White, that is 3.5 by 6.5. Okay, Jody, thanks for popping in. And we're going to score this at 2 1/4 and 4 3/8. 2 1/4 and 4 3/8. And this is going to be the inside Z-fold. Okay. 2 1/4, and 4 3/8. All right. So we'll take the white one first, 2 1/4 and 4 3/8. Now we need to burnish the score lines. Okay. So you're going to fold up and burnish your score line. And then you're going to fold back and burnish your score line. And that should be your Z-fold. That'll be the inside. There you go. Now again, you'll notice the front section is larger than the back. And if you flip it over, you'll see a little lip here. And that's how you know that that is the back side. Okay? And I'll show you how to put that on in 1 second. Let's get the base, and we're going to do the same thing. Okay, we're going to fold it over and score it and burnish it, and then fold it back. Is Kim, Dawn, are you caught up? Okay, so now what we're going to do, perfect. You're going to take your DSP, your 1 7/8 by 5 1/4, and you're going to adhere that on that left flap. Okay. That's done. Okay, now bring your white Z in, your white, small white one back in. And what you're going to be doing is we're going to be adhering that down. The one that is larger, hi Vicky, the one that is larger opens up on the left. Okay, so the one that's larger opens up on the left, because what we're going to do is we're going to adhere that down, and that's going to be adhered to that flap. Okay, so what I want you to do is when you flip it over and you see that you have that lip, that's the back side, you're going to put glue on that white piece on the back. That's okay, Vicky. And then what you're going to do is you are going to put it inside, center it, open up your flap there, and just center that right in the center as best you can. Okay, And then you're going to fold your flap. You'll see that the flap will go over on the bottom, on the left side. And then that flap will go down there. Okay, so what we're going to do is open up that white flap, and we're just going to put glue on the right edge, on the right side, just along the edge. Because if you glued the whole thing down, you'd close your flap. So we're just going to do this. And then you're going to close it like that. And that's how you get your double Z. Perfect. Dawn, Kim, how you doing? Okay, so now we're going to do some stamping. So you're going to take your 1.5 by 2.5. Much better this time, Kim. Yay! I mean, it really doesn't matter which way you go, but I always see them on the left for this orientation. Okay, so again, I'm using the Painted Poppies stamp set, which has been very, very popular. It is back in stock, I believe, right now, and it is carrying over in our new catalog. And we're going to be using this image here. Okay. And again, we're going to use Memento ink. Perfect. Stamp your image, whatever it might be. And then this time I'm coloring it in with the Painted Poppies blends. And that's what I love about Stampin' Up. Everything coordinates. So when you're using the paper and the DSP, it just is so pretty. So I'm going to start out with the dark. And I'm going to do the inside bottom flower where it's darker with my dark, and the bud where it's black. I'm going to do a little bit there. And then I'm going to come in with the light to shade in the rest of that flower. Can you see it okay? And then what you want to do is you just want to kind of come in where it's where the dark is and just kind of swish it around, blend it. And that's what brings the, you know, blends, shading. Just so pretty. Okay. And then I'm going to take the light old olive and I'm just going down the stem. And you could take a dark and go over the black lines on that, but I'm not going to bother to do that. The dark, but I think that accents it nice. And then I used the die that comes with the painted poppies. The tag die is part this, and what I like about it is it looks embossed too. So it kind of, not only is it cutting out the corners, but it's raised up. So there's an embossed touch to it. And it comes out like this. See how it's embossed? Looks like almost like it's 2 layers. It's really pretty. So I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of that and pop it up. And it fits perfectly within that frame. And then you're going to adhere that to the white Z front. And you can do that with either, I used glue. And I just did it on this side. You just want to, no, actually I did the whole thing. I'm going to pop the whole thing on there. And just kind of center that as best you can. What do you think? Then I used, you can add any embellishments that you want. I am using the Poppy Parade ribbon. This is beautiful. And it is retiring. Most of our ribbons and paper all retire and won't be in the new catalog. It is on sale right now for $4.50. So a really good deal if that's something you're interested in, or if you have the poppies and you want the ribbon to go with it. It's really nice ribbon. It's a textured weave is what it's called. And it has a white trim on it. And I just did a little knot for the corner just to give it a touch. And I used glue dots, and I'm just going to pop it up in the upper left-hand corner. I think I'm going to trim off a little bit more. What do you think? There we go. And then if you want, you can put a saying on the front. So the other one I put "for you." Really depends on who you're going to give it to. And then you can put a saying on the inside panel. I hope you like it. I love the Poppy Parade. But I love Blackberry Bliss. It's my favorite color. So love it. It's very striking. And especially with this paper, it's gorgeous. I hope you like it. Thank you, Cynthia. I hope you make one and then post it. These Z-fold cards are not as difficult as they look, and they are very striking. So there's that one. And then this one was my first one. There you go. Okay, I'm going to bring you up. Is it easier to make the second time around? I hope so. Did it come out good, Dawn? You're welcome, Cynthia. I hope you come back. I hope you try to make the card and post it so we can see it. Awesome. Okay. That's all I have for tonight. I appreciate you stopping by, and I hope you come back and join me again. Have a good evening. Bye.